Hello and welcome back to my channel TechSage Academy. In the previous episode of Tkinter series, we have seen how to insert records in a table through your GUI interface. Now, in this episode of Tkinter series, what we are going to do, we are going to learn how to create option buttons. That is, we are going to add one more widget in our list of Tkinter. So we'll be creating option buttons, and with the help of those option buttons, we will learn how to arrange the records in a sorted order and display them in the table. So without wasting any time, let's dive deep into the programming. So before we start creating the option buttons, let's have a look at our project window that we are working on. I'll run this program and this is our window, and this insert record, this option we did in the last episode. I'll be putting a link in my description section for each video that we are creating in Tkinter series. So you can anytime have a look at those videos or refer to those videos. Now today what we are going to do, we are going to create option buttons in this area. And with the help, when I click on those option buttons, my records will be arranged in ascending order based upon some field. For example, we'll be learning how to arrange the records according to the admission number, ascending order of admission number, or ascending order of names. This is what we are going to do today. And in the process, we'll be learning how to create option buttons. Option buttons are also called radio buttons. So let's start programming. I'll come back to my code. First thing that I want to do is I want to create a frame. Now this frame will be placed inside my frame 2. The frame on the left hand side is frame 2, in which we have placed the buttons earlier. In the same frame, we are going to place another frame, and that frame will be holding our option buttons. And this time we are going to create a new type of frame, a frame with a caption. So let's create our frame first. Frame 4 is equal to tk dot label frame. Now label frame is a widget which creates a frame with a caption. The parent of this frame 4 will be frame 2. Text that I want to display on this frame is sort records. Width of this frame is 200. Height is equal to 100. The background color of this frame should match the background color of frame 2. So the background color will be dark red and foreground color will be white. Font is equal to Arial, size 12, bold. Border is equal to 1. Relief is equal to solid. Now I will attach this frame 4 in frame 2. So frame 4 dot grid, row will be row is equal to 3, because in row number 2 I have insert button. Column is equal to 0. Pad X is equal to 10. Pad Y is equal to 10. iPad X is equal to 10 and iPad Y is equal to 10. So let's run and check, and you can see my frame is created and it is looking quite nice. Now within this frame, I'm going to place my two radio buttons or option buttons. So let's create radio buttons or option buttons. My first radio button will be for admission number. So OPT admission number is equal to tk dot radio button. It will be placed inside frame 4. Then text is equal to sort by admission number in ascending order. This option buttons or radio buttons, they also take a parameter which is called value. Now, what is that value parameter? That value parameter will be used to identify or distinguish between the two option buttons that we'll be creating. So, value is equal to, let's say, OPT admission number. Foreground is equal to white. Background is equal to dark red. Font is equal to Arial 11 and bold. Let's attach this option button into the frame 4. OPT admission number dot path anchor is equal to west. Now, using anchor is equal to west, it will be left aligned within the frame 4. Otherwise, by default, they are centrally aligned. I'll create one more option button, and this will be OPT name, sort by name in ascending. Value is equal to OPT name. Rest will remain same, and OPT name path west. So let's run the program, and you can see the option buttons are created. Now, as you can see that when I'm clicking on these option buttons, they are not showing the dot which is being displayed within the circle. Now, why it is happening like this? It is because when we format the text and option buttons, for example, I have changed the foreground color, I have changed the background color, this dot will not be visible properly because it requires some more formatting or some different types of formatting. Now, how that different type of formatting can be done? And one more thing, that for both of these options, see, what is the rule of option buttons? That if we have a number of option buttons in a group, then only one can be selected. If we have number of checkboxes in a group, then multiple checkboxes can be selected. So that also needs to be done, that only one of the option buttons should be selected out of these two. For that, I'll be taking a variable, the string var with which we have worked earlier. So I'll be taking a string variable which will be common for both of these option buttons. So let's do that. So let me declare the option variable which will work for, or which will be common to both the option buttons. So option is equal to tk dot string var, and here in the option buttons I'll take a variable var is equal to option. Here also I'll declare var is equal to option. So both of these option buttons will refer to the same option variable, and at one time that option variable can contain only value from one option buttons. So let's run this program and check. Now here you can see that when I'm clicking on these option buttons, the dot is not visible. Like I said, we'll be working with that. We'll be sorting out this issue. And another thing, when I run this program, you will observe that the dot is present in both the option buttons, which I don't want. I want initially when my program runs, when my window opens up, both the option buttons should be empty. They should not have this dot present inside this circle. So how to achieve that? Now within this string variable, what I'm going to do, I'll take value is equal to a single space. Between double quotes, I have given single space. Now let's run it and check. And you can see that both of these option buttons are empty now. And why is it that? because they are referring to the same option variable. Because they are referring to same option variable, the empty blank spaces obtained by those option buttons. So now next thing, like I'm saying that the dot is not getting displayed when I'm clicking in these option buttons. Now for this, I'll be importing another file from Tkinter import ttk. So from Tkinter, I'm importing another module, that is ttk. What is this ttk? ttk can be used to provide styles to option buttons. So let's work with that. So I'll take style is equal to ttk dot style dot configure. First parameter will be t radio button, foreground is equal to white, background is equal to dark red, font is equal to Arial 11 bold, padding is equal to 0,5, and here in radio buttons I'll be, instead of tk.radio button, I'll be taking ttk.radio button for both. And when I'm using ttk, you can see that in the configure itself we have provided the foreground and background color, we have provided the font, so it is not required in the option button section. So I'll remove this foreground and background and font from here. Let's run and check my program. You can see the formatting is still the same, and we have applied this formatting with the help of ttk now. And let me click on these, and the dot is appearing in both the option buttons when I'm clicking in them, and at one time only one option button is selected, and this is looking much better than before. So this placement of option buttons is done, designing is done. Now it is time to code for the execution of sorting command. Next thing that we are going to do is we'll be creating a function, def sort records, and this sort records function will take a parameter. I've named it as option. We will attach this sort records with the option buttons. So command is equal to, now since I have to pass a parameter in my command, so I'll have to use the lambda function. We have discussed this lambda function in our calculator video, so you can refer to that calculator video to know more about this lambda function. So lambda sort records, and I'll pass a value, an argument, let's say opt admission number. Now I'll copy this command, and here I'm going to pass name. Now when I'll click on admission number option button, option parameter in sort records will receive the opt admission number, this is string, and when I click on option button name, the option parameter will receive this string opt name, and this we are going to check in our program. Before that, let me create the cursor, because in database, in MySQL table, I'll be executing my command with the help of cursor. So cursor is equal to con.cursor if option double equal to opt admission number, then cursor dot execute select star from stood order by admission number, elif option is equal to opt name, cursor dot execute select star from should order by name. So if we click on option button admission number, then OPT admission number will be passed as an argument. The condition will be checked. It will check OPT admission number is true, and the command that execute will be select star from student order by admission number. If we click on option button name, then OPT name will be passed as the parameter, and this condition will check option is equal to OPT name, and this condition will become true, and cursor dot execute select star from student order by name will be executed. So this is how the records will be arranged. Now once the records are arranged, we have to fetch the records. So I'll take records is equal to cursor dot fetch all. Once this is done, now what I'm going to do, I'm going to display the records in the frame 3. Just like we have displayed the records in show table, in the same manner we'll be displaying the records in this ascending or descending record function. So instead of typing the whole program, I'll do a simple thing. I'll copy the program which we have already created for show table function and we'll paste it here as it is without making any change. But another thing that we have to take care of, since I'll be displaying the table again and again by selecting show table button, by clicking on sort the records according to ascending order of admission number, by clicking on sort the records according to ascending order of name. So again and again I'll be clicking on these buttons and option buttons. So again and again I have to display the table in frame 3 that requires previously displayed widgets to be destroyed. And you can refer to my Tkinter series delete records to understand this destroying of widgets which are previously present in frame 3. So how I'll be destroying it? For I in frame 3 dot w info underscore children I dot destroy. Here this I counter variable will be referring to each and every widget present in the frame 3, and one by one it will be destroying all those widgets, and then we will display the fresh widgets, fresh data in fresh entry controls. Now once this is done, that's it. I'll be just copying the code from show table function and we'll paste it here to display the data. Nothing more, nothing less. So I'll just go to my show table function. This is my show table function. We have already written this records is equal to cursor dot fetch all, and now I'll copy this code and I will paste this code here in this function. Now let's run and check our program. I'll click on sort by admission number, and here you can see the records are displayed according to ascending order of admission number. I'll click on sort by name, and you can see the records are now arranged in ascending order of name. I can use this show table function to show the table, and again the records are displayed. Then again if I select sort by admission number, by default it was arranged in admission number, and again, so this is working perfectly fine. So this is how we can in such a simple manner can display the records arranged in ascending or descending order. So it's such a simple process to display the records in sorted order. And we have also learned the radio buttons, option buttons. We have also learned TTK. So friends, in this episode, we have learned how to arrange the records in ascending order with the help of these option buttons. And you have learned these option buttons. It's such a simple process and it will help you in modifying your project work, giving it a more professional look. In coming up episodes, we'll be learning more and we'll be developing this project work by adding new widgets, new controls, and new features to it. So keep watching, subscribe to my channel, click on like button, write your comments, give me your feedbacks, click on that notification bell so that whenever I upload my new video, a notification can be sent to you. Till my next video, take care, goodbye.